if you believe this, but intelligence is mainly work, it's mainly taking risk, it's mainly due to efforts, probably then you have a growth mindset. And these very beliefs have a big influence on the way you live your life and on the way you can also lead the life of others through coaching, through leadership. Fail. And so you don't take any effort. You're reluctant to risk and effort. Because why should I do effort? If I'm intelligent, I don't need to do any effort. Effort. Okay, so all what I will focus on is to look intelligent. But I will not have my company. Let's fix mindset approach. And people who have a fixed mindset. If you have a growth mindset, you don't fear to hide deficiencies. This is a problem as a leader. I'm the director. Should I hide my deficiencies or not? If I have a growth mindset, of course I'm not perfect. I should accept criticism. This will help the whole organization to grow. And I'm keen, so I will be keen on challenges. And that's also a last point, which is very important. If you have a growth mindset, you are much more objective about your deficiencies and about your abilities, which means on the whole that you're much more accurate on your own value. 2 or 3 last years in Vietnam, maybe for Vietnam with Savanoti Aventis, and what with skills that are very difficult to develop, and we are all facing the same problems. So another question: any business is negotiation skills. So the question is, there again, social life, who likes to speak to people, who has natural negotiation be better than somebody who is more introvert-like and who cannot develop the skills. That's the first statement. And the second statement is statement. If you think, okay, there's no right answer, but if you think indeed that the second statement is the most valid one, probably you have more like the growth mindset. Many of you are probably parents, and one thing you try to do, of course, is to encourage your children. Intelligent, so I love you. But if you're not intelligent, I don't love you anymore. Okay? Another way to encourage your child or your employees or anybody is to say, okay, you have been very successful, but you have been successful because you have worked hard, because you have taken risk. And if you do that, it means that you do not judge your child, you do not judge your employee. You just say, okay, you took risk, you tried to improve yourself, you made effort, and this effort was successful. And of course, it must be rewarded. But you don't say, okay, you're intelligent, and I reward you. Because if I fail, then it means I'm not intelligent anymore. And so you don't like me anymore. Okay? And so I don't take any risk anymore. So it's not only about rewarding people. Of course, we must reward them if they are successful. But we must reward them because of the right reasons. Not because of innate talent, but because they took risk and because they made efforts. And that's what studies that have grown from this theory of growth and fixed mindset, and that are applied to the corporate world. So one of the studies about the impact of negotiators' subjective beliefs regarding the development of negotiation skills. So again, do you believe that negotiation skills can be developed or not? There is this study, and the result is can be very surprising, but actually it's not. There is one possible explanation. Of course, when you deal with negotiation, you have the pie, and you think the pie you can share it, and you try to get the biggest share of the pie. But of course, then the two parties can be satisfied, and this can be accomplished only if you understand the other, and if you try to understand what is its objective, and so to grow with him. And that's why that can be a possible explanation why growth mindset people are more successful at negotiation than fixed mindset people. So just the last a last slide about another study that has been carried out on coaching employees. We've talked a lot about coaching employees. So this is also an empirical studies on training programs. So companies spend a lot of money, billions of dollars every year, many hours every year to train their managers. But people, when they come back, when they get the feedback from the training program, most of the time they are very unsatisfied. They think they have not learned a lot, and they think they cannot apply it in their daily life. They think that it will not help them to coach their employees, to coach their teams. And why is it that? Because most managers, many managers at least, have a fixed mindset. They hire somebody, if he's good at the start.
Trình bày trong buổi hội thảo ngày hôm nay, xin được mời tiến sĩ Từ Văn Bình, tiến sĩ về kinh tế học ứng dụng, trình bày về chuyên đề mối quan hệ nhân quả giữa khủng hoảng và thành công của doanh nghiệp. Xin mời ông.
Gentlemen, first let me speak English because everything I before by English, and so I apologize for that. And okay, today I want to come back to Vietnam economy, and the case I focus on becoming enterprises export products, particularly fishery products. Global crisis, and if we take a look at Vietnam, we will see for the graph figure here, inflation rate and the GDP. And if we compare this figure with the year, and it's a bit different because different source of the data or different source because it's from CIA work book. And we see in 2009 and 2010 it's the big problem for Vietnam because inflation rate increases quickly, and that's why the GDP is going down. The world, Vietnam position 11. That means a very high inflation rate. And if we compare to some country in Asia, it's like Indonesia, Cambodia, or Philippines, their inflation rate is less than Vietnam. And that's maybe in 2011 can be big challenges for Vietnam. About the Vietnam trade, here we think we will see two kinds of things: export and import in Vietnam. But in 2008, they're quite different between export and import, and but 2009, and the difference can be smaller, at least a little bit. And from here, I'm thinking about what problem to fishery products, because fishery products is now is very high percent in the total of GDP. Right now, three of series. First, I think about its strength rate and inflation rate and export value. And over here, I thought because if we see its strength rate increasing, it is very close to us as moment now, and we can see the export from Vietnam is not stable. Why? Because we can see inflation rate and its strength rate. And now I want to find out how relationship between them, a causal relationship. It's just a little bit of academic methodology, and I want to measure how exchange rate, inflation rate, and export rate relationships among them. And quickly, I found this there is strength grade and inflation grade, but in cultural relationship, I found 1% in inflation grade is associated with an increase of 0.25% in export value. And from inflation grade, maybe strength grade, increasing. That's good for exporters. They looking for US dollar or foreign currency. And also from this, I found statistically significant transmission from strength grade to export value. But over here is negative transmission. In short term, meaning if strength grade increasing, it's not good for export value. Maybe we call the currency, the foreign currency, but it's just in short run, it's not longer, but longer can be good for exporters. Increase in strength rate causes an increase in export value is longer, and that's why we can see from the first, the second, the fourth slide, the value of the export from the company or enterprise, economic enterprise, it increases for fishery export. And that's why sometimes we show. That's why sometimes we think about if inflation grade or market shock problem to Vietnam, and what problem to